Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Car Wash Magazine Live. As always, I am your host, Matt DeWolf. There you go. You can see right there, over there. I don't know. It's somewhere on the screen. Hey, real talk for just a minute, everybody. We are almost through 2020. So give yourselves a round of applause. We have made it through the year that must not be named. But I want to take a second here because I said some of these things on the Thanksgiving episode, which I hope that none of you watched, frankly, if I'm being honest. But look, 2020 has been a year. It's been a hard year. It's been crazy. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody in the car wash community for staying with us here and giving us the opportunity to tell some of your great stories, because for me, it's been a really personal privilege and honor to be able to be part of this and to be able to talk to so many great car wash folks and to be able to share some of those stories. I've had the chance this year to talk to more car wash people and have more meaningful connections with car wash owners, operators, and folks on the equipment side than I've ever had, even when we were gathering en masse at shows. And I think that this has created a little bit of a different connection and a more personal connection. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for all of you who might be tuning in. And I think that this has been a great opportunity for all of us in our businesses to be able to pivot. And I know that International Car Wash Association has been pivoting and has a lot of really great things coming up for you guys in 2021. Super excited about all of that. And we're just so thankful for all of you. So enough of that. I'm not crying. You're crying. It's fine. Today, we are going to convene our panel of marketing experts, and so you're welcome for all of that. We've got a fantastic panel, a good mix of folks on today to talk about what they've learned in 2020, what they're looking forward to in 2021, and we're going to give you a couple really key takeaways so that you can prepare yourself to be better next year than you were this year. So, all right, friends, without further ado, let's bring the panel in. I'm going to bring them on. Okay, so we're Brady Bunch style today because we added an extra person into this particular episode. So if you're watching, I don't know, that's Alivia Gleason. We've got, I can't do it, Sean McBride, Wade Keith, and Justin Young around the clock here. Welcome to the program, everybody. Oh, you guys, come on. Welcome to the program. Hey, it's 2020. We did it. You guys, you all did it. We've been at the bottom. We are now, I don't know, in the middle. Who knows? We got a great show today. We're gonna have we're gonna kick this thing off with my favorite favorite kind of disaster of a game show that I like to call Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down. And we're gonna start with Alivia on this one. Alivia, I think you're the new one to the group. You haven't had to do one of these before and suffer through this thumbs up, thumbs down bit. So this is how this is going to work. I'm going to give you guys a topic, and you're going to give me, like, right in front of your, right under your chin, you're going to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And then you've got about, I don't know, a minute or two to tell me why you fall into that category. So, thumbs up, thumbs down. Here's the deal. 2020 has been a hard year, but marketers and car wash folks are a little bit of a different breed, I think. And so my question to all of you, and Alivia, you get to answer this first, is 2020, thumbs up, thumbs down, 2020 has given me energy, or I found 2020 to be exciting. All right, Alivia, you are up. What say you? Thumbs up. That is a thumbs up. And why, my friend?
So kind of just took that and they let me things, take more time to work with customers, employees, really implement changes based on their feedback, getting into the weeds of things and making improvements on marketing, on your team, employees, continuous improvement. And I'm just excited. I thought that it was a great year to kind of step back and have the opportunity to make improvements and just grow as a company.
All right, Alivia. So because you're new, I did a thing to you that is not very nice. I muted you. So you guys, we've only done 39 of these. I mean, you'd think by now we'd have this thing figured out a little bit, but every once in a while, on live TV, you have an issue. So, all right, I'm going to ask that again, Olivia, so that you can answer it and you can get your full run of show here. So, for everybody at home watching, Alivia Gleason from Mr. Shine, 2020, energized or not?
I'd say energized.
All right, thumbs up. Here we go.
It was a great year. Regardless of all the challenges, that's going to come with anything in situations like this. But you start out with some fear and you kind of just jump into solutions. Don't hold back, and you take the time. It's the time to build relationships with customers, further your relationships with employees, and kind of just grow the business. There's no better time than I thought this year to, kind of see what we can do for next year and prepare for the future.
All right, well, for that, everybody at home is going to get a little bit of a correct answer ding, I think. I can't hear it in my ears today, but it's the mood of 2020. Olivia, I love that. I love the energy that comes from that. So we've got one thumbs up on the board, on our Brady Bunch board. Let's go around. God, you guys, I cannot. It's mirrored. All right, Sean, you're up. Thumbs up, thumbs down. 2020 has brought, a hard thumbs up. Here we go. That's what I like to see. That's a lot of green on the board, you guys. Green, love it, love it. Sean, tell me why.
When I look at the last year, I was a new employee to Giant Eagle, but I have just a tremendous amount of respect to the organization as well as our team of how well we adapted and overcame the obstacles that kept being thrown in front of us. We're problem solvers. So certain days, some of the problems that came to us, we couldn't solve that day, but it gave us an arsenal of how to solve it tomorrow. I like to believe that it can't get worse than it's been. And, the road from here out is only on its way up. But again, I fall back on we're problem solvers. We adapt, we overcome. There's nothing that you could throw at us that we can't figure out. It just might take us a little longer than some of the others.
Well, and yeah, I mean, let's be real. It got pretty dark there for a minute, but we are fortunate to be in an industry that recovered pretty quickly, and so that's been a real positive, I think, for everyone. All right, so thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's go to Wade in my bottom corner over there. Wade, what say you? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Hey, it's not a thumbs to the side. That's exciting news. All right, so we've got greens around the board so far. Wade, why thumbs up? Why have you gotten energy?
Well, we were very systemic in our efforts to kind of overcome these shutdowns. A lot of times the marketing guys kind of over here, and there's so much focus on equipment operations and that kind of stuff. But we all got to get pulled in together, and we worked towards the common goal of actually staying open. That was our thing, is to stay open during the shutdowns and do it responsibly as well. So I was pretty happy about that. I'm still juiced about that. I think we did a lot of things very, very well. We had a few mistakes that we'll learn from. If another shutdown happens, we'll know how to overcome that. But systemically, we worked together as a group. We got together as a group, and we marched forward together. And that is what I was very juiced and jazzed about. And I'm also with Sean on the whole adaptability thing. I think adaptability is something that's extremely key in businesses. I learned this at an old job. And I'm happy about how people were adaptable and we worked together.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that if we've learned anything in this year, it's that adaptability is a must. And that's huge for 2020. It's going to be huge for 2021. Thanks, Wade, for thumbs up, thumbs down on that part. We're going to come up to Justin next. But first, for all of you watching, if you, like our 3 green thumbs so far, have gotten energized by 2020 in some strange way, if you could give us a like, that'd be awesome. If you are a thumbs down, go ahead and give us that angry face. I mean, why not? Why not use the angry face? That's why Facebook put it there. So, all right, Justin, you get to round out this round of thumbs up, thumbs down. What say you?
Yeah, I feel like I got to take a hot take here because this is just feeling too heartwarming. I mean, we need some controversy, so I'm going to go thumbs down.
Thumbs down! No, boo!
I would say, let me justify this. I think if we, going into 2020, if I could have had my marketing plan and just executed it and made $1 million, I would have probably chosen that. But that's not always a reality. And so, I did learn a lot this year just about what caring for our team and caring for our customers, like their inner fears and what's really going on. I learned a lot about that. And so, I would give it a thumbs down because I would have rather had a 2020 marketing plan and made millions, but I'll transition up for learning a lot.
All right. So you have that's like an animated GIF, right? You're like this, like on repeat. Okay. That's cool. I like that.
Average that out, that would be thumbs to the side.
Yeah. Oh, wait, don't bring it up, man. That's like, I'm going to be thinking about thumbs to the side for the rest of my life. I told you guys what that graphic is going to be, and it's not going to be pretty. It's probably going to get us kicked off. But anyway, all right. So that's thumbs up, thumbs down. We're going to try that again. We're going to try that again here at the end of the program, perhaps, if we can get through to that. But I do want to go into a little bit of meat of this. I want to know what you all learned in 2020 and what you can share with folks at home. And in the spirit of 2020, I'm going to throw this order that we just did all up in a jumble. And so let's start with Wade. Why don't you go first here? What did you learn in 2020?
So it's actually something I learned a couple of years ago at the ICA. It's a concept called a customer journey map. Learned that from one of the speakers, Doug Stevens, and so we did a customer journey map this year. And what that basically is instead of thinking of things from the top down, you think of it from the bottom up. So you start to think about experiences from the customer standpoint, opposed to from our standpoint. We're subject matter experts in the car wash industry, but that doesn't always get communicated to the customer. So we did a customer journey map this year. And that was something I really learned from, because now all the decisions that I make, I really think of it from a customer standpoint. So that was the biggest thing that I learned in 2020.
Okay, so there you have it, friends. It's a journey map, customer journey map, and shameless plug, learned it something that the ICA did. So there you have it. Wait, I'm going to be really excited to talk more about customer journey maps in 2021. Because I think it's gonna keep coming up, and I think there are lots of really interesting ways to take what you do with those maps and to really kind of ramp it up and tie it all back to kind of a centralized vision. So super cool stuff there. Let's go to Justin. How about you?
Okay, I would say as we went contactless for a short time there, you kind of had to learn creative ways to stay on brand. And even with, how do you, if your brand is all around service and family and that warm, feel good neighborhood car wash kind of deal, how do you do that when you're not speaking to people? And so, I don't know, were you wanting to show those signs?
Yeah, we can show those. I got them ready.
Cool. So one thing that we did to stay on brand during 2020, so when we were not interacting with customers, we came up with these funny phrase yard signs that we were either holding by the road or even at the pay stations, just as a way to still make people smile and make them feel good. So there's a few in there that are a little risque. So those didn't actually end up making it to the front lines. But
you mean so? All right. So I'm showing people smile if you're not wearing underwear. That one didn't get used.
That one actually did not get used.
Oh my gosh, so that's the best one. Between that and I was showing, so I'm showing, we've got one honk equals 1% side hug. I like that one. What else did we pick? We picked, we'd love to socially distance with you. That's a good one. And then my favorite one, honestly, besides the underwear one, because obviously everybody smiled at that one if you would have used it. But my other one is this go random stranger go. I love that one.
Yeah, I was a little weary to use the underwear one just because mainly I didn't want to know the reality of what was going on there. So,
truth can be very dangerous. This is true. I say next time though, next time you got to come out of that ditch, lead with the underwear one. Why not? I mean, come on. Your guys' brand is all about having fun with customers, right? That's the whole goal.
Yep.
All right, if you guys watching at home. We've gotten 2 of our 4 folks to share with us what they've learned in 2020. If you've got something you want to add, throw it in the feed underneath, and we will check that out and maybe respond to it. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends on how good it is. All right. So in order, we have Wade has gone. Justin has gone. Let's go back to the top here. Sean, what have you learned in 2020?
From a personal note, I learned how bad my hearing has gotten over the years as I realized I can't understand what my wife's saying to me without seeing her lips moving. How I relate that to the business side is how increasingly hard it became to communicate with our customers, with our customer service agents having to wear masks. You have the volume, the speaking side of it, but as Justin points out, the smiles, right? I've been to Breeze Thru, so I'll pick on Wade's company for a minute. Like, what I always was very enamored with is as I would pull up into the wash, the big smile I'd always see on the face as I'd pull in, and it's a very welcoming experience. We're missing that side of it. We're trying to switch it up with the masks, as you see on the screen, but people miss the smiling, I guess even sometimes the frowning. But from a whole, how do we communicate now as we do have these masks on and create a very approachable experience for the customers as they're coming through?
Yeah, that's something that I would not have in a million years thought about, with the being able to actually hear with people what you're seeing, right? And now it's like when I go anywhere and I'm trying to like listen to the cashier tell me things, I'm like I have no idea. I just like dollar amounts on the pay station, and I'll do it. Whatever you need me to do.
Well, I find myself moving the mask and acting like I'm trying to hear somebody.
Right.
It's not covering my ears, but like,
Oh, the things we learn. I guess we should not stand under the blowers anymore. I guess that's kind of the lesson learned there, right?
all of us.
All of us. Hey, all right. So there's three great learnings. Let's round it out here around our corner, our Brady Bunch corner, with Alivia. What have you learned in 2020?
I would have to say the biggest thing that I learned in 2020, kind of related to what Wade was saying, focusing on the customer and how they are thinking. I learned that a lot of people do like to be in control. The pandemic kind of tried to keep us inside at first, but everyone can only do that for so long, right? And they went to the car wash. It's one of the places that they could go. And they really started to resonate with that contactless thing that we all are starting to offer through App or Unlimited. So I think that, this year I learned we don't have to always be, while we do like that one-on-one interaction, it's not always about that. There are some customers who like to just come in and get their wash, and they don't need to be bothered, I guess. So they kind of, I guess in some way this year worked for us in the car wash industry, priming people ready to shine for the future.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to think about, like, as marketing folks and as people in the car wash industry, when you think about the way you want to interact with your customer, right? Like, you want to like get out there and make connections and create these really personal relationships. But there is certainly a population of folks that just want to go get their car washed, right? And I think that you highlight that well, and that's one of those things that we just don't. I mean, you're in it every day. You kind of forget about that, right? Like, there are other people who are not interested in having any kind of interaction with human beings, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I think the smile and the generic, interaction, thanks for stopping in, is so important because that's a trust thing. They're coming into some huge motorized system, right?
Yeah.
And to not see a face at all could be really concerning. So there's that, in between.
Okay, cool. Well, all right, so we're going to move on. And Alivia, you get to kick this one off. We're going to kind of go in reverse order, at least I think, if I wrote that down right. We're going to go into what are you looking forward to in 2021? And if you're watching the program live with us, make sure you're putting what you're looking forward to in 2021 in those comments so we have those. Alivia, kick us back off with this. What are you going to look for, or what are you looking forward to in 2021?
Well, I don't think that things could get much worse, fingers crossed. So I'm looking forward to things getting better. Everyone's really focusing on their marketing efforts in the industry. Everyone's really creative, like Justin's signs that they were doing over at Splash. And everyone's pushed to go contactless. So I'm excited to see how everyone does approach contactless while still offering a unique experience, kind of like I was just saying. and also how customers respond to these changes that we're kind of shifting to. I think that no matter what, people are still going to want that interaction, like I was saying. So I'm just overall excited to see the innovation in the industry. I think people are really focusing on marketing. It's kind of blown up over the past couple of years. An example here, starting this marketing group this year.
Yeah, I love that. I love this concept of just being able to like keep it simple and know that like 2021 has to be better than 2020. and it can't get much worse. I mean, if that's any takeaway, it can't get worse, right? I mean,
We're
that's
prepared for the worst.
yeah, that's kind of famous last words. So I might have just doomed us all. Sorry for that. Let's go around. Let's come around to Sean. Hey, Sean, 2021. What are you looking forward to?
I'm a naturally optimistic, upbeat individual. So I share in your philosophy, I guess, Matt, it's nowhere but up from here. There were days I'm sure all of us can remember looking at the sales reports last spring and wondering, where does the bleeding stop? One thing I was joking about the other day with my colleague was looking forward to opening sales reports potentially this spring and seeing such an enormous growth at the same time last year. What I'm looking for in 2021 is we've made the turn at the clubhouse, and we're on to a new year. We're on to another beginning. One thing that I look back on in 2020 is we're a better company, we're a better organization, we're stronger, and so anything that does come in front of us, we're going to be able to rebound and get through this.
Yeah, I think that optimism piece is huge, right? And like being able to realize that even as hard as this thing has been for so many people, there are always going to be silver linings. And I think, Sean, you hit on a really important point for folks. Like a lot of car wash owners and operators are coming out of this thing way better than they would have been if we just would have had another normal year, right? Like another year, okay, we're talking to limiteds, we're pushing club memberships, we're marketing the same way we've always marketed, but we had to do it all differently. And we don't know what 2021 looks like, and I'm super excited to see what everybody comes up with, because this industry is super innovative and super adaptable. So super exciting on that front. Let's move around our corner here to Justin. Justin, what is it in 2021 aside from being able to try and build a plan and make millions? What are you looking forward to in 2021?
Refer to answer one. Make plan, make millions. No. So I do think, I've been doing some research on just I think the digital space will continue to grow. I mean, it's just a beast. And, streaming specifically has grown at, I think, 18% average the past 3 years, and it's projected to do 20 over the next 5 each year, 20% each year. And so I just think whether it's streaming or what, I just think digital advertising, just in the day and age we are, is going to continue, especially as people are staying home still. So, but with that, I think we are transitioning to people want real digitally, if that's possible. They don't want the canned corporate crud. That they want to see real faces and real stories and real emotions and things like that. And so that's one thing. And the second thing is I'm looking forward to really honestly learning how to open, a handful of stores in the same time frame amidst all this and do it well. So that's something I'm excited about.
Yeah, I think that's going to be that is a whole different ball of wax that we could unravel for days and never really get to the center of the thing. It's just everything's different. All the old tricks, they're not necessarily going to work the same way they always have, right? And so we're going to have to be adaptable on that front too, and try new things and maybe not plan so much. Hey, some of the comments coming through, folks who are looking forward to stuff in 2021. Prentice St. Clair, looking forward to getting back to spending time with colleagues in the car wash industry. I think we can all agree that is a huge area of excitement for all of us. People are looking forward to vaccines, and people learning that sometimes change is hard, but it can be super fun, and just looking forward to the next year. So great comments coming in from the Facebook family there. If you want to engage in that space, go ahead. Tell us what you're looking forward to in 2021. And we're going to round this thing out in our expert panel of car wash marketers with Wade to tell us exactly what are you looking forward to in 2021.
I would totally agree with Apprentice. I do look forward to getting back and spending time with people in the car wash industry. I shake hands, I meet people. I'm a networker, so I'm totally on board with that. I would have to just say it's the same thing I look forward to every year. I enjoy seeing what new types of technologies are out there that will enhance the customer experience. You said something a minute ago. You said we're a highly innovative industry, and I would agree with a lot of that in certain areas. I think sometimes with these technology companies, I think they're not so innovative. I think they try to imitate instead of innovate. And by the time they innovate the thing they're trying to imitate, it's old news. And so I'm looking forward to seeing who is staying in front of that curve, who is really focused on the customer experience, who can, who has a customer journey map and really thinks of it from that point of view, because we're the customers. And sometimes when technology companies make changes, instead of us taking a step forward, we take 2 steps back, and they don't realize that because they don't think of it from the customer standpoint. So what I'm really looking forward to is seeing what kind of technologies out there are thinking of it from the customer's standpoint. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and it's the same every year.
Wade, your customer journey map exercise is showing. You've been.
That's what I learned in 2020, man. We spent a lot of time doing it, and that's. I'm adamant about thinking of it from that standpoint.
Yeah, it's like we've talked about it so many times on the show about just perspective, right? And like keeping perspective, and several weeks ago we were talking to Richard Enning, and his whole thing was like goes into this customer journey map conversation around literally put yourself at the eye level of the customer and look at what they're seeing to help kind of influence what you're doing. And so that's just a little taste for everybody who maybe doesn't know what a customer journey map is.
I think if you're watching the show right now and you are going to start a car wash, if you're getting into this industry, create that first and build your car wash based off of that information. That is how you're going to be competitive.
Are you going to drop the mic for us? Yeah. Where's the?
I'm a musician. You usually have mics all over the place. I'm back now, so. That's
funny. All right. So lucky for you guys, I'm going to skip thumbs up, thumbs down round 2 because I think it's an easy one. Let's just all do it together. All right. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Real quick. 2021 will be better than 2020. Ready, go. Oh, yep. Resounding thumbs up, my friends. Because what other direction can it go, really? Okay, so how I like to end every one of these marketing shows, because marketing is such a hot topic in this industry, I really like to give people one thing that they can do right now that can see kind of an immediate impact from. So let's do that. Let's go around our our Brady Bunch squares, and let's go back to Alivia. Alivia, what's one thing that I can do today that'll kind of set me up for success in 2021?
I would just say prepare for the best, keep a positive mindset, and continue to grow. Again, we've already prepared for the worst, so getting everyone on your team to be on that same page, continuing to check in with them. They're the most important people that you have to your business. They're the ones making the magic happen every day, right? So once you can do that, almost think of it like a football game. You've created the plays, you're prepared, the team's on the same page, and you just have to be ready and excited to win and tackle 2021 as best as possible. So positivity all the way.
I love that. I love positivity. That's if we weren't positive, we would all be, in a very dark place, like literally in a dark place. Right. All right. So let's go around then. One thing I can do today to be better prepared for 2021. Let's go around to Sean.
Concentrate on the people, whether that's your own employees. I think, maintaining a safe atmosphere for the staff and understanding some of the stress that they're going through. you need your bodies, you need well-trained people. They're very hard to replace. And then the customer, what we're doing this for. I think doing that time out periodically and understanding what the viewpoint is from their point of view, not always from our point of view, getting in the car, going through and seeing and going through what they see. Because we have to adapt to that. As we pointed out, contactless payments probably more popular now than it ever will be. But just seeing it from their view, it's a strange world from both the employee side and the consumer side. Remain very conscious of that.
Yeah, I think that's really great advice because so often we don't feel like we have the time to be real thoughtful in some of these things. And 2020 has given us some of that. It's given us some of that time and kind of that ability to hit reset. But I think going forward, like, look, maybe like if I were to say what's one thing, right? Like make time on your calendar to do that thinking, like literally block that thing out so that you will do the thing that you need to do, which is be really conscious about some of those things. Love that advice, Sean. Let's go now down underneath on your screens. Let's go to Justin. Justin, what's one thing I can do right now to get me better prepared for 2021?
Yeah, so if you're specifically in the marketing space and have never read Donald Miller's Building a Story Brand, I read it probably 2 years ago and just started doing it audiobook on my drive to work again. And just kind of going back to what I said earlier, if the digital space is growing, everyone's competing for it and blah, 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 just getting a really clear, simple, focused message for 2021. That would be my advice.
That is my all-time favorite book.
Yeah,
like hands down. It's like it changes the way you think. It changes the whole way you approach everything you do with your with customers and clients. Awesome recommendation there, Justin. I have to say, he's really good. Donald Miller, the author of that, he's really, really good at making you want to buy. I don't know, he hasn't converted me yet. I bought the book. That's it. How many things have you bought?
We don't have to get into that here.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll connect on that after the show. All right, so let's go. Let's wrap it up here with one thing I can do today to better prepare me for 2021. Back down in our corner, Wade. What say you?
So I have to piggyback too off of Justin. That is a great book. Justin did end with saying a good, clear, concise message. So I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Corey Berg over at Suds Creative for giving me a book called Made to Stick one time. And that if you want to get a good, clear, concise message, that book will help you get there. And I knew you were going to ask this question because you always do. But my answer is actually education, continuing to read books, to continue to stay in front of that curve, knowing what's going on. That's how you're going to prepare for 2021. I got another shameless plug for you, Matt. I'm sorry, but John, our president, turned us on to a consumer study years ago. And so I have the Car Wash Consumer Study here by the International Car Wash Association. We got that recently. And I read through that, and a lot of the information in there is really great for messaging. So we actually read through this, studied this, and now we are actually incorporating messaging from this in our advertising starting January 4th on our radio stations. And so, so stuff like that, education that you can get, statistics, data-driven decision-making, I think is what you can continue to do into 2021. This was finished in 2019. However, a lot of the information in here, I would say 95% of it still applies, even though COVID happened. So that's a great resource. You guys actually did it, International Car Wash Association. So very good resource. So I would encourage everybody to stay educated and continue to read and stay in front of the curve when it comes to trends and that sort of thing, especially with marketing.
Yeah, awesome advice. That constant learning mode, super important when you're running businesses, just to stay ahead of that thing. Quick recap for folks: the books that Wade mentioned, Made to Stick. Wade, do you know the author on that one?
My favorite authors, Dan and Chip Heath. I've read them all now.
All right, so Made to Stick, and then Story Brand by Donald Miller. Make sure you check those books out. And then, oh, there you go. He's got it right there. And then
That was the Doug Stevens one. Doug Stevens from the speaker a couple years ago. It's called Re-Engineering Retail. I
Okay.
bought that book after his presentation. Yep.
Okay, sweet. All right, so lots of good advice in this show. Wade was talking about the consumer study. We're gonna convene another panel like this, what we have going on here in 2021, to talk some real knowledge around that consumer study that he's been mentioning. So we'll hit on all that in 2021, but you can go check that out too at carwash.org. Look, this is about it, friends. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone on this screen, everyone at home, everyone who's been on this program. Thank you for being here. Give everybody kind of like your own round of applause. Good job, you guys. Thank you for being here. Yay, good job, guys. Okay, and then real quick, I just want to recap. If you tuned in late, thank you again, thank you again, thank you again. This has been a great year, in spite of everything that's kind of gone on. A lot of silver linings. I hope that you have found a lot of silver linings in your business as you look forward to 2021. I'm really looking forward to coming back after the new year. This is our last episode of this program for 2020. So thank you for all that you've done to help support us, and looking forward to connecting with you all again on the flip side in 2021. When you're out there, you know exactly what to do, and that is keep it clean.